Welcome to the Hidden Wealth Coins. Hidden inside ordinary pocket change could be a fortune waiting to explode into history. Rare Washington Quarter discoveries have shocked collectors worldwide, with some exceptional pieces reaching unbelievable prices. One tiny coin could hold life-changing value. Before spending your quarter, look closely. This small metal circle might secretly be worth a fortune. First up, a small coin can sometimes hide an extraordinary story, and the 1988 Washington Quarter is a perfect example of that mystery. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 25-cent coin that millions of Americans have used in daily life. But for collectors and coin enthusiasts, some versions of this coin are far more than pocket change. In rare conditions or with unusual minting errors, a simple quarter can become a collector's treasure. The world of coin collecting has repeatedly proven that a coin once ignored can later be valued at thousands or even millions of dollars, turning an everyday object into a life-changing discovery. The design of the Washington Quarter has long been admired by collectors. It features the dignified portrait of George Washington, a symbol of American history and leadership. The coin series originally began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. Over decades, the design became one of the most recognized coin images in the United States. By the time the 1988 version was produced, the quarter had already become deeply rooted in American culture and daily commerce. The 1988 Washington Quarter was minted at major facilities of the United States Mint. These facilities included the well-known mint locations in Philadelphia and Denver. Each mint produced millions of coins to meet the needs of commerce. Because of such large production numbers, most of these coins circulated normally and remained worth only their face value. However, hidden among these millions were a few extraordinary pieces that collectors would later hunt with excitement. What makes certain 1988 quarters so fascinating is not simply their age but their rarity in perfect condition. Coins that were never used in daily transactions and remained untouched by wear can achieve incredibly high grades in professional coin grading systems. When a coin from 1988 survives in flawless mint state condition, it becomes extremely desirable. A collector searching for the finest example of a particular year may be willing to pay astonishing amounts to own the very best specimen known. Another factor that can dramatically increase the value of a 1988 Washington Quarter is the presence of minting errors. These errors happen during the production process when a coin is struck incorrectly by the minting machinery. A slight misalignment, double image, or unusual metal flaw can transform an ordinary quarter into a rare collectible. Because errors are unintentional and uncommon, collectors view them as fascinating pieces of minting history that capture a unique moment in the production line. Some of the most exciting discoveries in coin collecting involve coins that were overlooked for years. Imagine someone finding an old jar of coins stored away in a drawer or inherited from a family member. Among those coins might be a rare quarter that quietly waited for decades before its true value was recognized. Stories like these fuel the dreams of collectors who carefully examine every coin they encounter, hoping to discover something extraordinary. The metal composition of the 1988 quarter also plays a role in its durability and preservation. Like other modern quarters, it was struck using a copper-nickel-clad composition layered over a pure copper core. This structure allowed the coin to remain strong while maintaining a bright silvery appearance. Although the metal itself is not precious like gold or silver, the rarity created by condition, errors, and collector demand can still push its market value to remarkable levels. Professional coin grading organizations often evaluate coins to determine their exact condition. When a 1988 Washington Quarter receives an extremely high grade, it becomes a premium collectible. High-grade coins are carefully preserved, sometimes sealed in protective holders to prevent any damage. These certified coins are often the ones that appear in auctions and collector markets where prices can rise dramatically. In the world of numismatics, auctions have revealed how surprising coin values can become. When collectors compete to own a rare coin in exceptional condition, bidding wars sometimes occur. A quarter that once purchased a simple item in a store could later attract thousands of dollars in the collector's market. This transformation from everyday currency to prized collectible is one of the reasons coin collecting remains such a thrilling hobby for enthusiasts around the world. Another fascinating aspect of the 1988 Washington Quarter is how it connects modern collectors with American history. Every coin carries symbols of national identity, from the portrait of George Washington to the eagle displayed on earlier reverse designs. These elements remind collectors that coins are not just money. They are small historical artifacts representing the era in which they were produced. For many people, The possibility that a simple coin might hold hidden value adds excitement to everyday life. Searching through change, examining old coin collections, or learning about mint marks can become an engaging treasure hunt. While most 1988 quarters are common, the rare examples in exceptional condition or with unique errors continue to inspire curiosity and investigation among collectors. It is also important to understand that coin values change over time. Market demand, collector interest, and the discovery of new specimens can influence how much a coin sells for in auctions. Some coins become famous because only a few high-grade examples exist. When collectors realize how limited those pieces are, the price can increase dramatically as competition grows. For someone who discovers an old 1988 Washington quarter, the best step is careful preservation. Cleaning or polishing a coin can actually reduce its value because collectors prefer coins in their natural state. Instead, storing the coin safely and seeking evaluation from professional graders can reveal whether it holds significant collectible value. The story of the 1988 Washington quarter proves that even modern coins can become remarkable collectibles. Hidden among ordinary pocket change may be a coin with exceptional condition, a rare era, or unique history that captures the attention of collectors. What once seemed like a simple quarter could become a valuable piece of numismatic heritage, reminding us that sometimes the smallest objects hold the most surprising possibilities. Second up, sometimes the smallest objects in our pockets carry the biggest surprises. A simple quarter can appear ordinary, but in the world of coin collecting it can hide a remarkable story. The 1970 Washington quarter is one of those coins that sparks curiosity among collectors. To most people it is just 25 cents, but for serious numismatists it can represent history, rarity, and the possibility of incredible value. Under the right conditions, a coin like this can move from everyday currency into the category of prized collectible treasure. The famous Washington quarter carries the portrait of George Washington, a symbol recognized around the world. This design has existed for decades and reflects American pride and heritage. By 1970, the quarter had already become an essential part of daily transactions in the United States. Millions of these coins moved through stores, vending machines, and pockets, yet hidden within those millions were a few special pieces that collectors would later search for with great excitement. The 1970 Washington quarter was produced by the respected United States Mint, the institution responsible for creating American currency. These coins were struck in large quantities at major minting facilities such as Philadelphia and Denver. Because of the massive production numbers, most quarters from that year circulated heavily and became worn through everyday use. However, a small number escaped circulation and remained preserved in near perfect condition. Condition is one of the most powerful factors that determines the value of a coin. A quarter that has scratches, fading, or worn details usually stays close to its face value. But when a 1970 Washington quarter survives in flawless mint condition, collectors begin to see it as something extraordinary. Coins that appear as bright and sharp as the day they were minted are incredibly rare after decades of existence, and that rarity can dramatically increase their value. Another fascinating reason why certain 1970 quarters attract attention is the possibility of minting errors. During the minting process, powerful machines strike metal blanks to create coins. Occasionally something unusual happens, perhaps the coin is struck slightly off-center, or a doubling effect appears in the design. These unusual mistakes create coins that are completely different from ordinary ones. For collectors, such errors are like fingerprints of history, making each piece unique and desirable. The metal composition of the 1970 quarter also reflects an important era in American coinage. By this time, the United States had already moved away from using silver in most circulating coins. Instead, quarters were made from a copper core with a copper-nickel outer layer. This composition gave the coin strength and durability, allowing it to survive decades of circulation. Although the metal itself is not precious, the rarity created by condition and unusual features can still make a particular coin extremely valuable. Coin collecting often feels like a treasure hunt because valuable pieces sometimes appear in unexpected places. Someone might discover a rare 1970 Washington quarter while searching through old family coin jars or inherited collections. Many collectors enjoy examining rolls of coins from banks, hoping to find a hidden gem. Every coin examined carries the possibility of revealing something remarkable. Professional grading services play a major role in the modern coin market. Experts carefully analyze each coin's surface, shine, and detail to assign a grade that reflects its condition. A high-grade quarter from 1970 can stand out dramatically from average circulated coins. When collectors compete to own the finest examples, the prices offered at auctions can rise far beyond what most people would ever imagine for a simple quarter. Auctions have shown how powerful collector demand can be. A coin that once passed through countless hands without notice can later become the center of intense bidding. When collectors realize that only a handful of exceptional examples exist, competition begins to grow. This excitement can push the value of a rare quarter to astonishing heights, turning an ordinary coin into a valuable piece of numismatic history. The design details of the Washington quarter also contribute to its lasting appeal. The strong profile of George Washington symbolizes leadership and independence, while the reverse design historically featured the majestic American eagle. These artistic elements transform the coin into more than just money. They represent the identity and spirit of a nation, preserved in metal for future generations. Collectors are often fascinated by the journey each coin has taken. A 1970 quarter may have traveled across cities, states, and decades before ending up in a collector's hands. Every scratch or mark can tell a story about the places it has been and the people who once used it. This sense of history gives coin collecting a special emotional connection that goes beyond simple financial value. For people who discover an old coin and suspect it might be valuable, patience and care are important. Cleaning a coin might seem helpful, but it often damages the surface and reduces collector interest. Instead, preserving the coin in its original condition and seeking evaluation from experienced numismatists can reveal whether it holds significant value. The world of rare coins constantly reminds us that value is not always obvious at first glance. Something as small as a quarter can hide a surprising story of rarity, preservation, and collector passion. When a 1970 Washington quarter appears in extraordinary condition or displays a rare minting era, it becomes far more than spare change. It becomes a collectible treasure. In the end, the fascination with coins like the 1970 Washington quarter lies in the possibility that an ordinary object might hold extraordinary potential. A coin sitting quietly in a drawer today might one day be recognized as a rare gem in the collector market. That possibility keeps collectors searching, studying, and dreaming, because sometimes the smallest discovery can carry the power to change someone's fortune forever.